Welcome football enthusiasts! Subscribe, support this video with a like, share it with your friends, and write in the comments below the answer to the following question. Would you sack Xavi, and whom would you like to see in his place? And while you're typing your pick, we proceed to start. Let's get the show on the pitch. Kylian Mbappe has declined the offer to become Wolverhampton Wanderers manager, apparently for family reasons. Roy Keane included Ronaldo, Maradona and Zidane in his top 3 best footballers of all time. Barcelona are reportedly interested in Benfica midfielder Enzo Fernandes. Real Madrid are ready to let Eden Hazard go for free, as Florentino Perez is unhappy with the player's attitude. Defender Benjamin Pavard could be joining Chelsea in the summer in case he decides not to extend his contract with Bayern. 10.3 million players have played FIFA 23 at least once in the first week, setting an absolute record for the franchise's history. Arsenal and Martinelli are negotiating to double Gabriel's salary to £100,000 a week. Antonio Rudiger could be available for El Clasico action despite picking a serious head injury. He did not suffer any bone issues and he will be able to enter the pitch wearing a mask. Barcelona are monitoring Leicester City midfielder Yuri Tielemans. Sport AS notifies. Juan Cuadrado and Alexandra will leave Juventus at the end of the season, as the White and Blacks have no intention to extend their contracts. Jorginho has made his 200th appearance for the Blues in all competitions, slotting 28 goals, 26 of which were from the penalty spot. Thomas Tuchel is open to consider the option of working as a head coach of England national team in the future, Bild reports. Juventus will prepare for the next game at its base in Continassa, where the club hotel is located. National teams that refuse to play against Kosovo as part of the Euro 2024 qualifiers will be receiving defeat, and depending on the circumstances, other sanctions, including exclusion, may be applied. Giacomo Raspadori became only the 3rd Italian to score in all 3 first Champions League games, after Alessandro Del Piero and Fabrizio Ravanelli. Juventus continued to work with Allegri more out of lack of alternatives than conviction. Atletico Madrid president Enrique Cerezo said that the Indians have no interest in a move for Kylian Mbappe. The president of Lazio, Claudio Lotito, denied the rumor that he'd agreed to sell Sergei Milinkovic-Savic in the next transfer window and suggested increasing the star player's value. "I want to support Ronaldo as good as possible. I want to get the best out of him," Erik ten Hag stated. After the match versus Shakhtar, Luka Modric met and talked with 7-year-old Ilya Kostosevic, whose parents were killed in Mariupol. The boy gave the Merengues player a bracelet made of steel made at the Azovstal plant. Tottenham Hotspur boss Antonio Conte has stressed that the club has a desire to make the Jan Kulusevski deal permanent at the end of the season. The appointment of Christophe Haltier as the head coach of PSG was not the idea of the French club's president Nasser Al-Khelaifi, who initially wanted to hire Thiago Motta, but the football advisor of PSG, Luis Campos. Atletico Madrid are keeping tabs on Atalanta centre-back Giorgio Scalvini, Nicolas Chiesa informs. Chelsea head coach Graham Potter doesn't count on Denis Zakaria and wishes to return the defensive midfielder to Juve already in the winter. Weston McKennie and Manuel Locatelli are not satisfied with the coach's instructions and have reportedly voiced their concerns over Allegri's baffling tactics. Angel Di Maria and Leandro Paredes have a cold rapport with the Italian manager. During the Champions League match against Viktoria Plzen, fans of the Munich club hung a banner with the inscription, €70 for a ticket? Go f*** yourself. In the near future, Real and Toni Kroos will open talks regarding the possible extension of the contract for 1 season. Sergio Ramos is banned for 3 Liga 1 fixtures, plus another game suspended, as he called the referee a motherfucker at the game against Rem. Wolverhampton Wanderers have interviewed Rob Edwards over a possible appointment as the club's new head coach. Diogo Costa from Porto is the first goalkeeper in the Champions League's history to save a penalty and deliver an assist in a single game. During the clash versus Rangers, Mohamed Salah bagged the fastest hat-trick in Champions League history. It took him 6 minutes and 12 seconds to get the job done. Kane will continue to wear a One Love armband at the World Cup in Qatar, even if ordered not to by FIFA. Qatar's main airport is not ready for the 2022 World Cup. Employees are intimidated and unprepared, with their vacations getting cancelled. Bayern players have complaints against Julian Nagelsmann. The main one lies in the lack of successful decisions during the games. According to the players, Nagelsmann did not show that he is capable of changing the situation during the match. Ronaldo will dispute the FA's accusations about an autistic boy's broken phone. Among other things, the Champions League match day also came to an end yesterday. Have a look at the latest results. Moving on to the main news of the release. Let's have a brief rewind of yesterday's games. For the first time in its history, Club Brugge made it to the Champions League playoffs ahead of schedule, playing 0-0 against Atletico Madrid. Napoli, who got the fourth victory in their quartet, this time over Ajax with a score of 4-2, also booked themselves a ticket to the knockout stage. Liverpool defeated Rangers 1-7 away thanks to Firmino's brace and Salah's brilliant hat-trick. Bayern smashed Victoria 2-4 away and secured a place in the playoffs too. At Camp Nou, Barcelona and Inter put up an actual thriller, scoring 3 goals each. The Nerazzurri responded to Lewandowski's brace and Dembele's goal with accurate shots from Barella, Lautaro and Gosens. The chances of the Catalan side to reach the next stages of the tournament are getting smaller and smaller. The relationship between Kylian Mbappe and PSG has seriously deteriorated. At this point, the forward's attitude towards club president Nasser Al-Khelaifi and consultant Antero Henrique is worse than ever. Mbappe claims that PSG did not fulfill the agreements that were discussed at the contract extension. Now Kylian feels a victim of false promises and policy pressure. He just wants to play football in a suitable environment without thinking of money. Mbappe is likely to leave PSG in June. Earlier on, it was reported that the attacker hopes to leave the Paris team in January. However, the Red and Blues have no desire to sell the performer in winter, but are ready to consider selling him in the summer. Kylian is concerned with the team's 3-4-3 formation Christophe Haltier is using. Mbappe believes that such placement allows Neymar and Lionel Messi to show their best qualities, but not him. Real Madrid remain favorites to sign the striker. However, the management of Madrid pessimistically assesses the chances of the player's arrival. Los Blancos think that Mbappe is simply putting pressure on PSG. Paris Saint-Germain are only ready to sell Kylian Mbappe for a staggering sum of 400 million euros, according to Foot Mercato. Per reliable resources with ESPN, Real Madrid are still interested in signing Mbappe. However, Los Blancos are not prepared to pay a transfer fee just yet. Real Madrid's plan could be to wait out the storm and sign Mbappe for free in 2025, when his contract ends. On the one hand, Florentino Perez could change his mind and splash the cash in the forward next year to save him from his misery in Paris. PSG used fake Twitter accounts to criticize Kylian Mbappe. The Paris side allegedly conducted dirty and cruel campaigns to denigrate journalists, media, other teams, and Mbappe himself. Fake accounts criticized the forward back in 2019, when rumors about his departure to Real Madrid began to emerge. For example, at Panama Squad account called on Mbappe to work silently after Kylian announced his intention to stay with the Parisians despite of the Champions League exit. The same account slammed Mbappe for saying that he should take on more responsibility. "If only you could press like that on the pitch," reads one of the messages. Campaigns were also organized against certain journalists, as well as against the girl who accused Neymar of rape. All these shenanigans were organized by the digital Big Brother agency and controlled by the PSG communications department. Moreover, the whole armies of fake accounts were reportedly used. Interestingly enough, the club officials denied all accusations. Mbappe can legally terminate his PSG contract due to the bots case, as it would be a violation of labor laws, making way for him to join any club he wants as a free agent, according to sports lawyer Tatiana Vassine. Barcelona fans are disappointed by the club's possible elimination from the Champions League. Blaugrana risk ending up at the Europa League playoffs for the second year in a row. The popular Twitter account Barca Universal conducted a poll after the clash against Inter Milan. Should Xavi be sacked? Unfortunately, lots of fans wrote yes. Therefore, dissatisfaction with the work of the Spanish coach slowly begins to grow. Laporta is furious with Xavi. Xavi is furious with some players, and the players are furious with everyone. It's a very complicated and tense situation, journalist Juan Vales reports. Any scenarios are possible, even the eventual sacking of Xavi. Folks, check out the new video on our football club project and find out the real reason why Kylian Mbappe decided to quit PSG. Have a good time watching. It was Football News. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit.